94.7 FM. Mamunyina Kwaba Edemoba Ekosiisen. So check with your time. 10 more minutes to hit 5 p.m. Meeting your say bunsu from Yobi and chair the discussion segment. No, Penyifono at Nasi Ewo Studio ha dada. Ma memfa birthday dedications me nui intrim na afi yenshe into me and twaso. Na one of them a 70th birthday dedication to Madame Grace Amponsa, who celebrated her 70th birthday yesterday, the 21st day of April 2024. In the belated happy 70th birthday to Madame Grace Amponsa. God bless her for teaching us virtues of life and bringing us up in the ways of God. From her husband and children, Bishop Dennis, Reverend Eric, and Pastor Fred, all of Lighthouse Chapel International. A happy 70th, Madame Grace Amponsa, lived to be 94.7 and beyond. Do have a really, really good birthday. Well, it's a good afternoon, Obi. The problem with the traffic lighting order is that the rhyme was passed to us from the English through colonialism. In England, the traffic light works in this order: red, yellow, green, where red means stop, yellow means get ready to drive, and green means drive. But in Ghana, the light works in this order: red, green, yellow, not red, yellow, green. In Ghana, when red is on, the next light to come on is green, not yellow. Yellow comes only after green when you are stopping. This ridicules the rhyme in Ghana, and unfortunately, we have all learned the rhyme from KG1 and wrongly oriented ourselves along the rhyme. When we see yellow, we have to straighten. Wow. And then there was once when who yellow now was get ready to stop. No, you rather straighten your knee for speed. Opari Redu Esquire. And on the way brain council Mijidisi Bibia Bokoen for Moa Munimno Mr. Opari lecturer at Central University Law Faculty. Council, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. Let me say a big good afternoon to you. Kofi Tonto is listening to us live from Canada. Political aid to the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Kofi Tonto, good afternoon to you wherever you are. Where's Obi? Play this video. It's about how Americans construct their roads. Okay, I'll download it and then we'll see if we can play it on Wednesday, God willing. Na BBA to me. Okay, where's Obi? I told you months ago that SNIT must be renamed the pensioners killer. Check the take homes of SNIT workers and you would be shocked. Kweku owusu uwo kofuridia odie enono. Medase papa kweku owusu. This one says that okay. Auntie L, Medas Papa, I've seen the videos you sent. Thank you so much. I'll look at them after the show, and they will see if we can play them on air. Ma yenshana yen twasun tu Adjei cha ya WhatsApp number no 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. We say Obi, a blessed birthday to our daughter Naila Nyamiye Nyanyi of Family Life International School, from Dr. King, your mom Patty and Inshra, your sis. Okay, your mom Patty and Inshra, your sister. They would want to wish you well. Inti Naila Nyamiye Nyanyi or Family Life International School, happy birthday to you. Obi, on Friday during the Constituency Watch, we the Ekosiisen audience had a terrible feed, and it was terrible, and it's continuing today too. Please tell your technical guys to check on your transmission, but there is another radio station intercepting your feed. Yakwinta or Ashaiman. Yakwinta, thank you. They've been informed already, and it's something they are working on. Yeka Constituency Watch here, and now American Ada Wejagba with Funyina Ase for the reception they gave us. Ewo Kokroko Park and no Bawe. Kokroko Park, Ewo Bawe. I mean, hundreds hundreds of constituents and ebabi twehia ewo ho a yede dwumadi ye ebremo ya shamo say every Friday we'll be taking Ekosiisen out to one particular constituency or the other. And this Friday yeba Ablekuma North constituency. Okwa Ablekuma ye Ablekuma South, ye Ablekuma Central, ye Ablekuma West, and ye Ablekuma North. In yeba Ablekuma North constituency. Eho sitting MP no Sheila Battles. Ba okwa primary say the munim Olusui. I'm a former MP. Former MP near then Equia free, right? Equia free and a winning prime run, a candidate edema NPP or a deputy ambassador to China. And from China, Wababe winning primaries no ewo Ghana and a or representing MP Ablekuma North. And she would be there. And at the NDC's candidate, NDC candidate, your friends, Irabna Obin. In the honor ma mienu ena ejina party se kukudam no ticket so Irabna Obin for the NDC ena Equia a free for the NPP. And he will be there on Friday near the Ekosiisen constituency watch ne free Ablekuma North Abremo. Na baby ye shia ne ye Dacoman lorry station. Dacoman lorry station. The ho 2 p.m. pepepe na yenyina yehiem wo ho at the constituency watch ne free ho Abremo. The achievement of the two main parties in the constituency, what the new candidates are promised, normal manifesto, and what are the issues are a dominating campaign in the constituency. These are some of the issues here we are, and then we give you the opportunity to also ask questions. More follow the course of ways about you know the structure. Show no eteki it's a beautiful show a constituency watch inti ye da we jagba we fo ase no na ye bode rama mo Ablekuma North so mate say edrum so inti fia dey ye ba Ablekuma North constituency da common lorry park eho na ye share 2 p.m. pepepe mu nyina mo meka yen ho na ye fa constituency watch no into me emremo. Very important. Your WhatsApp number ni is 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. Where's Obi? Okay. Please greet my friend Ras Pa at Amasaman 3 Junction, Kwame Nyakon or Spintex. And Udiwe aba Kwame Nyakon yedase. Where's Obi, please, God bless you always. Ghana is suffering under the incompetent Bawumia Kofuado administration. Everything is hard in Ghana. In fact, the NPP is the most insensitive party. In 2016, the same Kofuado Bawumia told us that money, but we have money in Ghana. Okay. Ain't Francis Arthur or Amasaman. Oh dear, and no. Obi, Koda is solid there. Greetings to Amai Kwabena Sante, the bishop. Obi, talking of choice, it's a very important issue to deal with. For example, the choice of food we eat is killing us slowly. What we do with our bodies. David said, God, teach me to number my days. Rest well, Koda, Gamel, Ewo, Ewutu Obrachere, Nedie, Enono. And good afternoon, Obi. I believe that it is the family that has to be blamed because they only go to church once a week. So the responsibility lies on the family. Anyway, belated birthday to sentence Bafo, social media coordinator for Dr. Matthew Poko Prempe. May God bless you. Nana Ikuya Moa Boaten Ewo Ablekuma Central. Where say Obi, I am happy you are discussing the moralities and our core values as citizens. And thanks for the bold expressions and education. The problems come with the people and their self-centeredness, the mentality of being themselves and not adhering to laws. It is always easier to blame the president who makes profound statements to see the cities clean, yet authorities have been allocated, some people to see to it enforcement. Nana Ejare Kodie or Belgium. Odia brain and on yetcha Belgium funyina ewie. Where's Obi? Good afternoon. Patriotism to our nation has been relegated to the background whilst loyalty to political party has taken the center stage, the curriculum of our educational programs should be restructured to include patriotism as part of our syllabus. David Ewa, Texas, USA. Obi, we are doomed because of our political ideology of importing foreign culture, which is now being used in schools as rules and regulations. All that modern day teachers can do and say to rebuke learners from wrongdoing is to use advice, but nothing like punishment. This is from Sir OKT inside Ewutu Obrachere. Good afternoon, my boss Obi, and good afternoon to you too, my brother. Okay, where's the Obi? You mentioned the wrong song, please. The song is Erade. Se Woma Unsaswa. Okay, so Woma Unsaswa de nyina yedi. Okay. That I can see. Thank you. And that's the song Coda and any group OKNUST. Immediately they left school. Thank you so much for drawing my attention to this one. I'm grateful. Ma yen hwene yen twaso make us say no. The Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Professor Haruna Mohammed, will studio her. Eric Adjei of the NDC will join us on a Bono Regional Deputy Communications Officer, and Mazda Executive Director, Atik Mohammed, and Yeka Mazda, and Yeka Mazda, Miss Remu and Diemo, Mazda Weno, and Yeka Dienibi. Atik Mohammed will also join us in studio. Anonymous Dani, a mass action for sustainable development in Africa. And no Mazda. In the Atik Mohammed will be here, Eric Adjei will be here, the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Professor Haruna Mohammed. Abe Kansa will studio her. Haruna, Pacho, page our microphone him way. Yeah, just lift it. Good. Bibi Aboko.
Ekoye. But my professorship no by school appointment.
Oh, what the appointment?
And you say me academic professor, but side didn't know no
more from me. It was school. From school. No, Biafra or prof.
Yes.
Wow. I don't know what being on.
Sadly, I mean.
Wow. But MPP headquarters here, Boko.
Boko. So unim say the beacon of democracy. Anti ye any money nyina say e betimi abreak it no. Anti Boko. Wow.
I want cause our region here, region being
northern region.
Northern region. Constituency.
Zabzugu constituency.
Oh, Zabzugu.
Yes,
Zabzugu seat Munamukra.
Yes.
And a NDC Nikra.
MPP
Nikra. Zabzugu.
From 2004 till date, we've never lost presidential votes in
Zabzugu. It was Zabzugu. Yes. Oh, really?
Lucy parliamentary elections in 2016.
Okay.
But Besine, Yenequita. The seat for the Zabzugu constituency. John Jababinam. Yes.
On the MP. Is it a seat you can maintain?
Sure. Since I can 2004 to date, we have won it up in this presidential elections.
Oh, okay.
Only 2016. So you will see by 157 votes
for the presidential,
for the parliamentary.
Oh, for the parliamentary.
But presidential, you will.
And the more winning.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. It is your northern region, Mukra seat saying
9
out of
18, so it's 9-9.
Oh, really?
Yes.
In the northern region,
in the northern
and 9-9.
Region. Yes.
And the northeast,
Northeast, you 4, and the NDC you 3.
3. It is no more one more than the NDC.
Yes.
That's for northeast.
2. Yes. Northeast you 6 seats.
Okay.
And the NDC you Bunkurugu.
Okay.
Bunkurugu seat, any Nalerugu or more 2. Yes, now 4. And here 6 seats. You have 4 seats.
And you have more seats than the NDC.
Yes. Northeast. You have 4 seats and an NDC you 2 seats.
Yes. And a northern region 9-9. And a Savannah.
Or 4 and you 3.
4-3.
Yes.
Upper West. That's why.
Yeah, that's why it's 11 constituencies. You 3 or so.
You hold the NDC dominate. And the Upper East
you back
out of
15.
Eh, and the more you may wow.
Out of 15.
Was that one the Queen is the best Jeff in some?
Oh, a very Jibbe account.
Upper East.
Yes, a very Jibbe account.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's how the North looks like.
Yeah. There were 57 constituencies in the North.
In the 5 northern regions, yes. 57.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow. And that's the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP and Motien and Kano on the deputy to Justine Kodua Frimpong on the General Secretary of the NPP. Make us Eric Adjei Abekansa. Eric, akwaba nete saying.
Obi, Yami Adam now so.
Adam. Bibi ekoi.
Yami Adam. Me de me hoye. But me chia sempa affirmative for you now.
Oh, what also.
On say for some time now, baby, I met in a biana, me come crew myself. Say senior by or can in a pete myself.
Yes.
Me dear me crew, me ni me crew muntino.
Sumahin crew.
German enough to be precise. Sampa is the district capital. Curfew. So what is
that? Sumahin crew near the
me. Sumahin Grace within German North, and that is my hometown.
And a crew.
Yes.
But district capital is Sampa.
Yeah, Sampa. I want to curfew no one.
And on mine in a way. On mine was Sampa and on Sumahin crew.
Sampa, our Paramonsi, and a Sumahin crew or Paramonsi.
Oh, okay.
So Sampa, the Nena contention.
I want issues. Oh, okay. Okay.
So the Ekosiisen and Adjei.
Hensem and I didn't talk about.
Yeah, hensem.
And I declare curfew.
Yeah.
Now also curfew near misplaced curfew and
oh yes, I know.
I didn't hear.
Oh say Obi ade ne shase no. Me kai the very day tension ne shase na ne o mahene mo ye mo hiase.
Yes.
And I test your mahene say BBC na si wo me krum. That day no nipa ba ku na wi.
FM.
Na on can be in a security for no beefy up the security in the district. If Obitis American Chrome chieftaincy issue, I have no interest. Even I'm not part of the royal family near Wasampano. Yes. But the attorney is a Yedijawa near the Aswa.
Sure.
And that is the district capital. Hona district hospital, Hona district police headquarters. On a district education of everything and this idea can district capital na kasa automatically no it affect every operation in the district. Meno kaza sisi oko bono regional ye kan dwa esompa wontimi nyi sampadwa nsinchen won say border town nti Ghana for no ba na union mabricos for no so ba ye di ye dwa bia Monday.
Oh, okay.
Nti enedwa da ya meno kasa yi ene ye sampadwa na ukona ukohwe sampadwa se de tia ese wani na nsa okachire but said the midi kan no time a eniama ne shase bia me opportunity bia menye bia na meka ho asem se national security a momani anko ho a ebewie na akoda ne boachi bidin nti me dem susu se omon beefy up the security there ya kan ya hu de ba so I think Easter Friday or so and antokwane sign sorry bi eno nipa miensa na wuye yeah. And after that no he prepare anko for me adem ye ne deputy Chazakuya ne braba akwada 12 years opia yasoma na okoto ade okoni tu abobakan ne nan.
Oh
sure. Until last 2 weeks na I call Nana Bosuma ye osunyane no not the original hospital ya in the Yebono teaching hospital sunyane. I personally went there me kwache akwala no nti the pain na ya me de kan say aboba wo eni mani say obi esane tu na ye di gu obi so no eni ma hoho na eni nti the ekoso no me kan ya but me kan ni mfi me kan me MP ko gina parliament ono so ko kan the same thing say the omoye no anoeden nti after say incidents ni sisiwe no ase na ho cry den ajo. So I think 4 days ago, and the say interior minister at the Krataba say the curfew to Sampa. And see Adebia no beda enyumre no nine. No ma sorry anopa no so. Some of us there even granted I don't know the security details are penning for. Now, if even curfew no crab, but na me who is a time now away ni mu for ne dear away ni mo dodo. On say ade bi a de kopete mu ya de foforo na de kono. Se be to da kra chance any ni part tibia mo den afa. Obi for the past 3 days ni brutality say cause constituency sampa na anwedin.
After the imposition of the curfew,
police for no brutalities of the citizenry no.
Omo ebu curfew mrane so no.
The issue is Sampaye border town.
Yes.
Obi foka if you teach him now call Ivory Coast obi si wa Sampa. What am I say? Obi fi Kumase and obesi na kwa Ivory Coast akofa mo a oba besi wa Sampa. Like nti akwa cosmopolitan area no. Nti say o ya de na implementation of the policy no kra na. Memma ne nkoye te se de ase krom ho no eje bi da ho na ehye.
Say Intel Interior Minister Cross and you know
let's impose it time ana yekum nipa ba kon no mo ne Intel no mo tena ho na yekum nipa me sanfe no mo nya Intel ena me ne o kasai brekum circuit court ye the nipa be over 30 and a call remand for 2 weeks say ye chill after 4 no na e bi onam kruma and you see community na we na abamu no approach the handle issue and it should be a bit professional. One year the more now all the force be con be escalate something else. Into your best room. And they say report a radio station be what the man area say 4 boy and a police for Jagu be so. And a police car near another car clash and no kada rada back. Into Kobo by now oko say anyama. Obi oti the mechanism.
In what you are calling for, they say, Omunyi curfew info and
I am not saying I don't know information on more. If indeed curfew is the best remedy, curfew no kwete say the money to move forward to kwana mako. Let them understand you the reason why you are there. Oti the mechanism. Because obi ono on tiase obi ni understand them class so na no nine. Nti etoda education ne enema bi mu ayeye ne ma community no mojo. But then say within 3-4 days, you didn't be almost 40 remand. Adanya that you be 5, you will be 6. And now this is a delegation and in constituency was say police if one children to 2,000 they are near jail. Now mono muji receipt police for no. If that is so, omo curfew receipt to German of
allegation.
Entina me can say that is what some are alleging there. And obi so a willing says a mobile friend Ekosiisen obekasa. Until permit me a financial contact. Then you call, say you're charging 2,000 Nibiana. So if that is so, Ministry of Interior the receipt call Sampa Chinipa yaji 2,000. What is happening there? Obi who come a constituency, a juma be any ho. A juma be any apart from say a fear she and a cashew business sorry. We don't have any factory there. Ube who so be a juma, a banya juma noye, where that's all a teacher ni. Ana mi krum small rural bank, ana fana rural bank, ana police officers, asa.
Another
like aside
say Nafana
rural bank Sampa for Nafana.
Okay.
It is a cashew season in Basia. I want a mebunu neto do na eden enye adwuma.
So but mebunu ni nim situation e wo ho.
Eno na
say when there is any security threat why do they engage in the things
Obi, this is the question Eric Adjei cannot answer. I'm not interested in the chieftaincy issue. I come from day one. My interest is peace. And I make sure say this is the constituency adwuma nim. Uhun so bi adwuma na oya aban adwuma. And season and adwuma ba season na time a cashew aye aba. And this is the cashew season. Bebunu na watene fia ma ekomade na almost 7 to 8 months no. Season we no so deep akakra na waye den. Wenye bibia to no ho. So obi search bebunu na ono. Afi ni wokwa kodi pa. Pe bi o want a plan say this year after cashew season o say metimi hye one room bi na me so me kwatene mu no. Ojidi sa o de mra bi ko kweteli na simple sa. Ye wo akwanu asa hodo so ebetimi afa ma abotoye mu ayeden abakakra. I am not saying I am against the government policy there, no, but me de ne sa ban ya ade ya ban sa ade. So at the end of the day enkofo na ene police for car ni we car clash ya the you call remand community no sa na seeking for peace. FM is that the best way? Is that the best way? I said it on Adum TV. Kwa na IGP damper the police for about 300 kogu kwa no. Say na no de omo kogu sampa then na Good Friday nipa be 3 wood that day. After see kum nipa ba the first time intel Ben na Ghana Police Service wo nyai. Masa and na videos o hwe bi wo Twitter yakeke. Nesi training for nkwada omoru am hostel. Na police for abo refi obo omo na ye videos e mo se mo na ye bebo. And Ghana Police Service who to video na mu video. Look at them.
Now, how do you know, say, Ghana police?
Now, no one the video never ankwada now. Mono, mo de sotroni ade ade omudra dem. And I look, well, I don't support anything bad there. I don't support it because obi akwanya na manya na meti bia na nka me wo me krom ana me boa. Akwada 12 years na itu abobaka no. Minim nyese me colleague akowia na ye na busuani asanka minim de ato no. Ba me de say my interest is peace in the district. Okay. And the fact that there's tension there no doesn't mean say what the approach be you don't sit and look back. Because already the perception about the police in the community is different because of incident they can see first one. No more they question police for say police for na tutu police for senior ma who say there no. Nti e ba ne sa community no always no omuhu as an enemy omuhu so be bo mo ban.
In your wish now ne say Aban take a second look
they should at the time of the curfew. It
is 4 to
7
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
in the annuary 4
but this time we need
obieda
yes
now was sorry no pass 7
yes and na market day was sampa enti nipa na owo dwamu ani odi dwa time be no parking ne niema ma me no free kumasi ko di sampa dwa no bone be no why was sampa ana won timase
no I get you into office or review time
they should review it
okay
they should review it and aside that the policemen there should be professional. You were once like some of them in the community. They choose you know your police officer. One day you retirement, go back to your community. And you see, me matters of chieftaincy, I have no interest because what chieftaincy can do, you know. Obi, you know. Aside your partisan interest, when you know, see you could share be a chieftaincy issue, but who thinks will be a free in the party move on the tribe. And this is what we have in the district. Oko Sampa. Me district ya wa abunum fo hobi ene ye wo yenuanom na fana for sampa for no moka fantra kasa ena wan se okọ general mo ho se kwai won kuna fo bi mo so wo district so oba me district a kasa hodo yo ho na ebe nu enye kasa ba ko ne ye ka
okay
ena obia ne se de ne ntete ye den etie enti ye besre Ministry of Interior if indeed they are there to protect the citizenry manen some escalate something different because me TSCI obi are you sure say okay so so mama me kuro mu na me happy semeko if me nkwa me ma me ne me na na mo so mo so wo ho because me kuro wan ko sampadwa Monday he na woko apart from sampadwa na yedi ne dwada no the whole district be bia ni ho yedi dwa ye besre yesre
okay
yesre de mo adi no ye mo mo ni nko kakra aka no ye mo ho ban if indeed the men are there for the peace factor we do accept. But see Ekwa mana buro so die. Intwaye.
Eric Adjei ne yete nka ne Ekosiisen suni or deputy communications officer Emma NDC ewo Bono region and the district he's speaking about near part of the district in the Bono region nti curfew aban posi wo na on the challenges a day by and some of the alleged cases of brutality by policemen on the ground against some citizens. Eric Ewudi Arthur, good evening to you. Eric Adjei, Eric Arthur say Ochiao.
Oh, my lord. Nah, me my lord.
Eric Ewudi.
Indeed, I was 3 and
oh, Charlie.
Oh, but I just said me so on Friday and send me.
Was it say one kind case no by the end of a new UFE platform is international. Ekosiisen is the highest Empire FM. We say Obi, the most influential of all educational factors is the conversation in a child's home. William Temple, Elder Amos Kevin Anan Yadase Papa Ma Yenshe we say Obi. Please help me wish my last born Richmond Ejapon Bawumia Jr. a happy birthday. His birthday fell on Sunday. God continue to bless him from his dad Richmond, his mom Justina, and all your siblings. Into Richmond Ejapon Bawumia Jr. Belated happy birthday to you. It's our hope and prayer that you live to be 94.7 and beyond. Say Master Planner Junior working Tampo. He says, Obi, you may hear some segment of the mind. He needs to be given special attention and treatment. Great education always. God bless you abundantly. Thank you so much. We appreciate the fact that you get to listen to us. We say, Obi, happy birthday to Honorable Gloria Owusu, NPP parliamentary candidate for Trobo Constituency. That's from William Sangmo, Efua Ayeboa, and Diamond Ashong, and the rest of the team. They want to wish you well. This one says, Obi, when is constituency works coming to Suhum? Greetings to Impejahene Frank Asiedu Bequin, popularly known as Protozoa, incoming MP for the constituency. Hashtag Ekosiisen, Alex Martinson. And Suhum is on our list. Inti Edea will come to Suhum. It is one of the constituencies. Yebeko, Inti Munshan and so MIA.
Monko German North.
German North, NDC in the press seat. This is here.
Yeah,
now MPP, you are more candidate.
Yeah.
Your friend is saying.
Nidi na mekani Enoch. They account na menkai.
Own kind of full name.
Enoch Nyako.
Okay, ni anwana wabono.
Now more candidate needing the same.
I inquire Frederick.
Oh no, yes, sitting MP.
Sitting MP, yeah.
Obetimas you maintain the seat.
Maintain.
Frederick no.
Ajuma agrone form.
Other can have vim.
Oh, vim. Me so when you say me dey areho na buy nti no. And I already know the extension in my district. Nti you not as even sitting member of parliament no onye okay. So when you say BB say ba but
you seat obetima maintain.
Oh yeah. Say ni atena so I say German North and South na boom.
Okay.
Yeah, and I chemu nti those days na nebum na apia kubi so obeka na edin na che nti apia kubi na na hwe chire.
That's NDC.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I chim na and I am che ebetu apia kubi wo German drawboard south
side
no nti e hokra no for almost 20 years na yintimi emben ho da but last 4 years yeah and a German of ye chim no na South acquire strong MPP na.
Okay, na North abe NDC.
In
the North na MPP win that.
Oh, man win that. I'm win it 2 times. Na you see division there when they are creating political party. Your former MP Honorable Suma Hinsan obey chieftaincy minister under Prof Mills.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, inti ne time no or call back no person connected them and a party in division kakra den.
And independent candidate be be mo na.
No independent
okay.
But omo campaign is scatter blast in the camp. Inti my MPP ni nya kwanya eba be firm. Into the next election or sian baby no na a difference is still
more
resolve it.
Okay.
Yeah ma ahenkwaya na koy but because of angle no free buy na BCC no okoyolusu.
Oba bi no wasian be.
Oba bi no ya ma ne ko no pose ya ma obi an contest no and you present no and you dey number warning. This is what sian could be yeah.
That is ya MP in opposition issue na affect no.
Oh, MP, na said the owa ba mu kura so obre. Say once MPC o munya ma obra wo constituency o mo se o mo twen Bawumia. O mo se na nado amoa mo. Nti se o no de otia ba mu amobra. Na de owo position AC market centers, o see cheap compounds. E de nkwade egu adwumam e to mfidie mo mo sua adwuma. Ai chale mini aware bi. Why bi. But the whole Ghana kwan e tan nyina wo German North.
Na enkontia no.
Say MP nyi kwan.
So went me and lobby.
Na amwakwanta na lobby na nase wan. Ade brekum sample road back critical roads. Excavator kram fa hoda. Na no asenso boachi bai na wakoye kalabule bi wakwan no so. You see, let me tell him asenso boachi minister. Sa wona ma probo na obo hu se kwan ya wo se metwem contractor ba site no. Let's know the funding. Sa na okogina nkranza kwan ya enye wo ho nyina wo se contractor ba site. Ukujina jene to Sample Road. It was part of critical roads in 2018. See, where's the money? But when we see a barber to a bentina, no what's kujina jene say with contractor eba site. They should stop the fake life. Uye juma nye tracker so German of yakwan no omo de ba tracker no.
Na se see a problem ye den. Say contractor eba side you should be happy.
Me ba na no omo lanchi tracker. Me rere so ma hu me krom kwan.
O say contractor eba side. Why are you angry?
2018 budget. Na me krom kwan ye part of the critical roads. The yi water region
no obekate so. So why make ate so?
Na critical roads kwan here short cutting. The yi water region free mo na water for ni ye de na posi omo anyaya obema santify demonstration ti omo no. Oh, my your campaign for vice.
Me say
That tribal bigot.
Now also a day casa no. David. Eric Adjei. Nyabutre. Pacho. Now say what do you want to say? Oh casa. Me pacho. Eric. I'm coming. Eric Adjei. It is no. I'm coming. Deputy General Secretary. I'm coming. Eric. Tobo. Tobo. Eric Adjei. Tobo. I mean. Unse sometimes no Eric Adjei nyabutre ye din komo on air. You are talking about German North roads. Yes. You are talking about Minister of Roads are all koto on your road. Yes. Where from this na tribal bigot na way? Where is it? Where is it coming from?
In 2018.
No, the Americans say, how is it relevant to this conversation? No, how is it relevant to this conversation?
That time, no, critical road discussion, a topic because of Napo comment.
No, but the Americans say, into who kase sa road na ubodi in Ghana for nim road no
dabi do no nim ba me ka critical roads na on be ka de na poka fa igwe fo
na no efa wo kwan ho be
efa me ho rough o ka se me kwan na me kwan ye
Eric Adjei me da se ma deputy general secretary no member be mo akwa yes on area na all can constituency wo bo mo candidate ni din e wo ho is it a seat you can recapture?
We are winning it.
German North.
Yes, we winning German North.
Research nature say be winning.
Me are confident say we winning German North. Eric Nyako is a very calm gentleman. Now or Juma pa.
Candidate no grow him.
And on the board in
Eric Juma pa.
Okay.
Yes. So enti nipa obitimi Adjei to na mai. Enti Didi.
Wow.
Didi.
The job day grounds.
Yeah.
German North Constituency.
Sure.
Wako hoda.
Wako. Me na me veti all the parliamentary
Oh,
candidates.
you did. Oh, okay. Okay. Also,
I'm not the interior minister. I'm not here to play on the sensation of people in their various constituencies. No, my politics is very different from what you do.
Okay, okay, very well. Atik Mohammed, Akwaba, netesay. Bibi ekoye die. Page a microphone nimu kakre bi.
Oh,
Eric Adjei kasa mi usa wo yam shell. Baby, I'm not the nam no. No cry more.
Na jewu. Na obi a osi ni raho.
Areho ni
mponi. Na areho mponi. Ene Nyaran hodi anka ebe hadu. But you know, like I keep saying, it could always be better. But yeah, kunkon ho. Mpe na yebo. Say Ura Kufado would wake up from whatever sleep he's in.
The seeming slumber.
Yes, and yes, seeming. It's no longer seeming, it's obvious. The obvious slumber. Now, the last days, or the show no one any munyam.
Okay.
Now, because a lot of people, myself inclusive, we had a lot of fidelity in the fact that or Babe Ja legacy bia that would be that for a very long time would be difficult to match, but it appears in last days he's
not left any legacy as far as you're concerned.
Well, obviously Waibi, but I think so much more could be done.
He could have done more.
And the last days he has he's trying very hard to undo the little that he's done, no, with the kinds of things he's doing in his last days. And I mean, your last days, in my view, should be the days that you dedicate yourself to Jumano. Na so that uko fiai na ibiti wankaze. Obeye bidiye wambeye ni na. But well, we hope so. We still have some few months.
Okay.
So Mampini would apply himself to the job and end well.
Yeah.
And end well.
I'm sure, sir, you are campaigning said I hit a full gear, but a little of the action I course monitor.
Of course.
Are you hearing the things you expect to hear in a campaign like this, in an election like this?
Some of them. Nearly came the Republic of Kamaga for
Omojo.
Michubia any yeti for ni ashrafo. What was it? Me, I'm a policy person, so in campaigns I'm always looking out for policy positions of candidates in respect of some specific areas. And of course you would always have variations in the degree of intensity and quality of the policies are here presenting. It appears we are warming ourselves into the policy into the policy campaign.
Okay.
What you must say.
Okay.
And it's going to be interesting because at the end of the day, media, my view is that presidential campaigns and presidential elections usually should come down to which policy is superior to the other,
yes,
which policy is more actionable than the other, and which policy holds the prospect of changing the lives of the Ghanaian people. In terms of even though slowly but gradually we are getting into the policy campaign, you know, the two leading candidates and the supporting candidates
they will not be happy with you.
Oh, when I was in PS, I was never happy. Anytime we're treated like that. But I've come to the realization that it is what it is. It is what it is. What is here? Until the two front runners are warming themselves into the policy campaign.
But you follow the Alliance for Revolutionary Change and the membership of the ARC. I endorse the candidature of Alan Chermatin. I mean, I saw some civil society
like
head. Oh, me who it's not IE. IE.
Better.
Bakono.
CDD.
No. Yeah, Bakono is also here. Where Dr.
IDEC.
IDEC.
Oh.
Is it?
IDEC is still.
The IDEC is there. IDEC man, Dr.
Akwete.
Akwete, yeah. Dr. Akwete.
Meeting in catch.
Yeah, IDEC.
And I've heard of IDEC at check. What can you create?
It's true.
Akwete there but IDEC na me.
Oh, so no, he's the head of IDEC.
Yeah.
No,
I saw him at the.
I thought for a minute that they had liquidated.
I saw him at that function.
I mean, IDEC that in an election year like this. You know, you should expect them to act.
2014, 20.
Yes, a peace dialogue, a peace pact now. In this, I'm saying, because the kind of vitality they were associated with,
vibrant those times. ARC,
no, but I'm not sure. They went there to endorse them.
I don't know. I saw them at the event. I mean,
maybe of course, if you are invited as a CSO, you should go.
Even political parties.
Sure.
No, once you are invited there, you should go.
Sure.
But I don't think IDEC would ever endorse. Endorse candidate crying supporting RTC. David. Come on. You see, sometimes let me see. Hey, yeah, and I'm sure right now.
And when said there was a press conference, there were International Press Center. Apparently, some of the young MPP guys who followed Alan to the movement for change have come back to their roots. And this guy, Adenta Kumi.
What is that?
Oh, or contested Adenta primaries, maybe
for the most recent one.
Yes,
it was just.
No, they were not two. So
to the extent that
he stepped down, then Takumi stepped down. So Deputy General Secretary
and Jomo President is there.
Yeah, they've now come back to
the Alliance press conference. Hey, wait there. This is the heart of.
Come back.
This is the height of
talking
treachery.
To them now.
Not
the yeah. I think he led the group.
Look to what end? I think that. Well, I mean, maybe for their personal political growth, they feel it was a bad choice. And trust me, sometimes you feel shortchanged and you feel unfairly treated.
Yeah.
Until they on the spur of the moment, if you don't manage your emotions well, you might take wrong decisions.
Movement for change for also condemning people for more trial bribe almost supporters.
Movement for change for supporters.
Yes. You see, I don't know. No, never ban because obviously
a lot of shenanigans.
What you must hear.
Agents Marlan.
No, you see, media. I think so. I mean, the question is,
maybe we'll ask them.
But what really?
I'm told the guy who addressed the press conferences on the line, Adenta Kumie to saying,
Sina, Nyamia Penny Obi. Good evening, no, Nyamia Dom also.
Nyamia Dom Bibi Abokona and Muye press conference.
Patra and a press conference.
Na press conference na ye hwan mo amomo ye hwan.
Obi, as a meeting to say, Emma will be a prime last year, MPP, presidential prime minister. Some of us in the party wore our emotions of our sleeves. Emma, yeah, into man dream who ye ma ye could do, and in that time, in the heat of things, Emma, honorable and chairman, a movement for change, and you could do a na bibia we are Indiano, oh yeah, na eba ese nipa ultimate nase na wadwen ho ye one shall decision bia obeye no ebosremu kan na bosremu ye na time no ekwa na wadwen ho say oh decision ya me take ye and adwen ya me say na ka me ye me sia ebeboa na me da atwinti na o share the whole emotions and things surrounding it. Who say when nanka wa correct you. It's a difficult move to make, but nipa no open year you so bread. Now me share a group of about 6,480 in the last 1.5 months you did your own come and I say baby I call yes you call and you to me and to our movement because first of all, your party no. Now second, you share the ora Mamu Dr. Bawumia, you share the humility, and the fact that with my united party, no under his tenure, like we are very proud of it. He's made the party more attractive. And now himself first love so dear, Ubejano Hono. Yeah. Where are we going as a people? What do we want to achieve? Now say you share that political imbalance at the break Ghana as a whole. So you say group of people with Ghana and Kasano, the new patriotic party, and we already there. But before you are names and sending them my feel. There. Wow, you why you want and now we just can be new in China. Now I want the media man. Now they are correcting some mistake. If you are not bonnet, and not bonnet so cry.
Now say a mebunua na more MPP mua mukoko di movement for change chino. More platform be a mudidi mo home komo. Ose moye saying 6,000 plus.
And yes, remember you buy a deep so remember be any different people. Some are older and a core movement for change. Any other Ghanaians, but ye did your home come. It did your home come. Me say it started from a core. So I may drink as a move now. It started from a core, and I realize they've even created a group of trying to return back into the party. Into idea a bit here. Maybe any more mudiano a bit boom.
Into young men na and then press conference no yes. Say namu movement for change. In fact, initially namu MPP. Moko joining movement for change. And I'm more saying about back to MPP. More saying about back no more do what you saying.
You say your database are 1 year 6,480.
Nipa 6,000 na mu free MPP muko di ala nechi.
Me patron.
Na ala no na nipa di nechi na omo saying.
Oh, I know dear, it will not be fair, say, maybe able to abonting.
Hey, sir, MPP, sir, MPP youth, Bako 6,000, they could yala nechi.
Yes. I mean, they are even more than that. You know, they are even more than that. I get it. They are even more than that. But me, I have a policy, say, so only will be here, Juma, na, so we out of professionalism, no unka their course or not their course over just for integrity sake. But also, I wouldn't want to talk about movement for change. And neither would I even want to discredit them because most of them will change and come back to the party. So I wouldn't want to say anything against them. You get what I mean?
But one thing I'm basically Busani say, when you were part of the movement, at least now you're active young member of the movement. Now, I mean, him say as a movement and so no, with a kind of activities are no more, more for database, the membership near the grow. Now, total membership, no more saying.
Obiana Maker said, because of the
and I be say we put away any secret information. I mean, movement or more members there, they will be even happy say Ghana for any more membership.
Yes. But Obi, I wouldn't want to talk about anything on movement, please.
But you still insist, say, youth and free movement, they say about to be more about 6,000.
Yes, and the database that you require 6,480. Database and as of today, before the press conference.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nipa 6,000. Okay. It is this year, more joining MPP back, no? More party Emrano. I know, sir, because Mokoya, more say about you would have gone through what the party constitution says near day. What do you think will happen to you?
So, Obi, your name for and for the last 3 days, no? Your name for negotiation. I chop and then my woman, the amount for say, at times, emotions are by inside that. Own shada and dream near my year. But also, at your fear, they've given us the go ahead, say, you are welcome to the party. I mean, a catch almost say, we are not just coming back, but we are coming back to be very active and very hardworking. We are not coming to say, you'll be proving and what you are there. But the very commitment now, they call, we brought a double of that commitment in order that we rebuild this new patriotic party. In my last statement, I make our press conference, we say, development in freedom, a legacy in making Ghana great and strong. That development in freedom, they've given us the freedom again to work to make the party great and strong and to think about the future of this country. So, we believe that it's a good opportunity for us, and we don't take it lightly. We had a conversation with the General Secretary, the new General Secretary in Komo, and he's assured us, they will engage and work with us. And we've also promised, and yet, Coca, and I, Baba, cancer movement, and yet, giddy near the by, Yakumapa, Eba, I begin I'm a party, no. Into my partner, a woman. I yet to see.
Okay. Unim will be a friend of Luther King Jr.
Patrick Debbie.
Unim Luther King Jr.
Patrick Debbie.
Unim nationwide supporters of Alan Cash. Now sack. Unim's our group, no?
Oh, groups in the almost will be. But I don't know the group.
Okay, the now sack the Unim group, no? Omo issue statement and then almost say failed attempt by the new patriotic party to use money to induce the youth. Mekai just the lead. Almost say we are aware of the clandestine operations of the NPP to undermine the candidature of Alan Trematin. This time, in a full display of monocracy, there have been blatant attempts to use money as a tool to pull young people from the movement for change. This is defining of the awful state of the NPP, who are forced in their panic mode to stoop so low. Let us... Obi, what do I mean?
Obi, you know me. Unim said I'm a bomb home day. She can't hear now, NPP for bet me their mind. You pass 6,480. She can't hear on bet me their mind. MPP, she can't hear now. On bet me their mind. So, preposterous. Obi to baby no yen and yama. And then, I was just off a call from one of your sister patients. Say, your mommy 2,000 Ghana cedi. Now, it's an insult to me. Obia, may call for election. Honorable Alan Kojo wanting frame me. Media election, me be the at 2,000 Ghana cedi. It's an insult. So you see, they have nothing to say. And I don't want to go there because I respect the character of Alan Kojo Kyerematen very much. I see him as a father, so I wouldn't want to go there. But if they want to come at me with those things, they wouldn't have it easy. When you have to be true to yourself. We as a group, we've done self-assessment. You don't know the processes we went through. At a point, some of us said, this thing is going to cause a whole lot of things. But for the good interest of this country, and now I say, John Mahama, the scary alternative, Abefa country, not fair no. Once we know that the future lies in the hand of Bawumia. So it's not about them. If they think it's about them, then they have a big problem. They have a problem that they need to see their doctors. We have nothing on them. If out you now make a decision now I'll go back and say a decision in my year. You consult people, they let you know that you made a wrong move. You have to correct your move. Make no mistake in now say may try my a certain time before I will correct the mistake. So please let nobody think it's about the movement. We have not insulted the movement or said anything about the movement. And we like to keep it that way. They can even say Yakoji, if you ask me the party in the Yakoti MPP, we are back to the party and we are happy. We are happy.
Alfred,
but those lies will not wash. But you know me.
Okay.
Young man, my first time I'm a co-adenta 2020. Another movement, you know way. And I know MPP need to be 2000. All these jokes, cheap politics. They should go from it. Are you getting it? They should go from it. Now the GBB to come back 2000 Adjei. Those jokes they should stop.
Yeah, but now sack for no officially almost 2000 beer. No,
so see I'm free. Your friend is saying Class FM. Okay. There's one Solomon Asante, a spokesperson for movement. That's a man. 2,000 Ghana cedi.
Oh, you identical commit 2,000.
Yes, 2,000 Ghana cedi. Bobby.
Oh.
We have 2,000 crack on the floor. We not 10,000. Bobby.
Very well. Oh, identical commit. Is there a kasa o me da se ba bibia ne e bedi nkomo why bibia ne e bedi nkomo me da se pa Ekosiisen so the higher Sempa FM but Deputy General Secretary of the NPP ewa ha Prof inti wetie youth no I mean for more I mean himself because of your office ninti you would have engaged them. Do you believe in the 6,000 plus number he put out? OGD
so we dey omo na kai omo your group na also say on the leader of that particular group.
Sure.
Na menka group no. And to mean who say 6,000 ampa na say enyampa. But every political party ye nipa na vote dudu ayebanya no na every the number of people are ebetimi anya say ombetimi aka party no na ebetimi anya the majority of the votes win in every elections. And we a media story a generate na or say omunim penyimfo akasa media as a deputy general secretary enye bibia mbetina ha na mbeka say we and I say we say me free ha mbetimi a be free dental constituency and etimi etwan komo efa sa particular developing story no enti we dey nka omu say omu pese omu ko alana na omu so say omu samba MPP it is a good sign say na credit it's a good sign Emma MPP as a party.
And that's the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Haruna Mohammed, and Amotain in Canada. Let's get on to our issues. I think conversation has started with privatization of ECG, Gridco, VRA is back on the front burner. We are told, say, cabinet AMA approval, say, some of the energy sector companies should merge, utilities should merge. We've heard of a possible measure between Gridco and ECG. Okay. We've heard of a possible measure of ECG and Netco. We've heard of privatization in the sector generally. In common, in fact, there are people who are anything privatization of either ECG or Gridco. And Edward Bauer, for example, said for security reasons, we shouldn't attempt any such thing. The Maslock issue is still on the front burner. Omanebu Ama has also spoken, said government should stop lying to Ghanaians and be truthful about doom so. Ghana's economy is on the path of stability. Amin Adam Munim say IMF spring meetings no air cost from the US no why press conference and trough wedding komo Nioma air cost would be atuja. Former President Mahama has also been meeting identifiable groups on teacher unions on and also he would address free SHS challenges if elected president. These are some of the issues that we happen so Atik Mamin Shasi in free world.
That's it. Nidi kind. I mean, because if there is any such conversation about privatizing ECG, VRA, all the utilities, public utilities in the energy sector, no, they should cease such conversations. There's almost Adjei.
Adjei.
You see, are you familiar with the term commanding heights of the economy?
Sure.
Wouldn't say electricity generation is one of such commanding heights. And yet for fun in learning, I refer to such enterprises as commanding heights of the economy because of their spillover effects on other sectors of the economy, no. And uko amama mbibria utilities and power generation is considered a national monopoly and a state monopoly.
Sure.
As it say, this is an enterprise that only the state has monopoly over its production. Uko China and Shada and Kanchara will say we are privatizing the generation of electricity, and they are doing well when it comes to their power management. Ultimately. And a lot of other countries, because they recognize utilities, public utilities, and now specifically electricity generation, is part of a DIFN commanding heights of the economy. No? Until here, we have sold a lot of these highs to private individuals. Kakra akano ya adwin say ye beton ansa na ye free aban. This cannot be suffered. This is insufferable. And yet they say, look. This is another PD. This is how different is this from PDS?
No, but sir, the issues are a bit nuanced. If you listened to the king of the Asantes, for example, time at Orkasa at the commissioning of the power enclave Ashanti region, say ECG or government can probably look at the revenue collection bit. Of ECG
when you say ECG,
and privatize
that is process outsourcing. It's different from privatizing ECG. You can decide to outsource your revenue collection. You can decide to outsource your accounting, your human resources. These are process
a part of privatization. No. It might not be what privatization in its entirety.
When you say privatizing ECG, stricto sensu, it means everything about ECG is going to be handled by private individuals. But when ECG outsources some of these you can say obligations to private entities. If you are saying it is nuanced in that sense, and we haven't complained about it. As for process outsourcing, their companies do, whether state or private, they outsource some of their responsibilities just to free space and to be efficient. And what must say? And if that is what you are saying, we won't be sitting here having a conversation about privatization. That's not privatization. What must say? And when we are talking about privatization, it means that the state no longer has control over ECG and how ECG operates. BCCR from revenue collection, everything else, coverage, installation of BR is going to be privately owned. What must I say? And that is what I am strictly and diametrically opposed to. As for process outsourcing, the idea, it enhances efficiency in some cases. What must I say? And no, I don't have any issue with that. But if it were just I'm not sure the kinds of comments that are coming on. But because there has been an attempt before, and Utie is a 4, and maybe Mosuka in a minute. They are saying, it shouldn't be like PDS. We should privatize it, but it shouldn't be like PDS.
Yeah, but a lot of these CSOs have all pushed for privatization. They supported the PDS concept in principle.
IPPs, themselves are saying, it's a terrible idea to even privatize. If privatization is what is going to enhance efficiency,
yes.
The reason why we are having doom so is because utilities are not being paid. Utilities in the value chain are not being paid. And if IPPs know privatization holds the key to Yensik like regular and consistent payments, Sangomunga says it's a terrible idea. And you see, everything that happens in an economy doesn't happen in a vacuum. What you say?
Yeah.
Until American culture will say it is not for nothing until electricity generation is part of the commanding heights of the economy, no? Because of the effect it has. Look, Valco, at some point, government was giving discount or was supplying discounted energy to Valco. Fancy and private entity run ECG. The kind of energy that was required for Valco to run, and imagine if, like, for politics in Tunchang, Nanka, if Valco as a smelter, an aluminium smelter, was working at full capacity, we are importing aluminium from China. Meanwhile, we have all it takes to produce alumina in this country and get aluminium. Look, my friend saying, glasses are ye.
Yeah.
Nina sa frames ni nyane aluminium na edi ye. Says ye aluminium a ye use okrom ha enye bi ne nina so ye kraba. What you say? Again, the kind of energy, if we were to be paying for the cost of electricity in, like, if a private entity nanka eton one day ankrofo bi kura nka mufi omuntumi so kania o. What you say? And imagine the effects on production and productivity. Until you just get away because mo atontombi yanka ho asem no ni akakra na aka no de yenton na enko
but
it can't, it's objectionable.
When the subject of privatization is raised, and I know say wunim, if you take Goil for example, Goil was put on the market, Aban retaining a percentage of shares in Goil, and individual Ghanaians and swear shares. Goil is running at least on paper. No, it looks like it's well run. That is a form of privatization.
Not necessarily. What is the government's shares in Goil? Once government is a majority share owner,
yes,
I mean shareholder.
No, I don't think government is.
So what? Like, we need to find. I like to know what government shares. Because if government is not the majority shareholder, you won't have the power to be appointing CEOs and the rest of it.
Yeah, and to maybe say, I buy for 30, point or more offloading 70 or 70, no, you're breaking it down, government will still be the majority shareholder.
We need to know government shares in Goil and Go Energy, and those are, we need to know government shares.
Yeah, but I'm saying, sir, that is a form of privatization, no?
You see, it is, but
yes,
but it's different from the Wukano. It's not like some rules of Goil and Ediama private entity.
I get it.
You've sold your shares, which is what shows
I get
you
it.
own this entity.
And if government decides to use that route with ECG, for example, what's wrong with that?
You see, you proffer solutions to specific problems. What are the problems with ECG? What you must say? We need to find out what the problems are. If the problems of ECG problems are that inherently cannot be solved except through the intervention of the private sector, fine, then it makes sense to do that. But if these are problems are able to me deal with without necessarily privatizing, then we should be looking at how to cure the problems of ECG. What you say?
Okay.
I have issues with Sami and his attitude towards Sadum Soya Abe. But beyond that, he's been excellent when it comes to revenue collection. He's Dubik.
Okay.
His tenure has seen an improvement in the revenue collection of ECG. So if revenue collection was a problem, he's still a CEO for such state entity, no. But Obayeno, his commitment to the job, his innovation has led to an increase in the revenue collection of ECG. So it's not as if there are some binding constraints occasioned by the mere fact that a state agency. And yet necessarily because it maybe it's the attitude of leadership and some maybe needless politicization of the entity and so on and so, which are things are able to me a year free ho. What you say? The big goes to an entity like Parliament and demands a into muka because umudienka. And look, Parliament is an arm of government, but he has the kahunas to go there. What must say? What must say?
Yes.
It tells you, say, it's a question of leadership. This is the problem, no? And yes, sir, it is inherently inefficient and you can say unproductive.
But is it also true? I think, sir, even when government maintains majority shares, now offload some part of the
we
shares.
don't need to.
No, maybe.
This is PDS coming back through the back door.
There is a model we are all looking at. That model now, at least the closest, will be GOIL.
You see,
if the GOIL model is working,
no.
why can't we replicate it in ECG?
That would be a false paradigm. You see, not all models are fit for all situations. The fact that model worked for GOIL necessarily doesn't mean that it
will work.
What must say?
Okay.
Every situation is unique, and we need to assess and analyze every situation based on its uniqueness. The essence of ECG, GOIL there menho. What must say? And the coverage, GOIL there. Look at GOIL and ECG. Look at the coverage of ECG. What must the customer base of ECG? You don't even want to GOIL. So GOIL is I wouldn't. It's not infinitesimal, but it's significant. But it pales into insignificance when you compare it to ECG. What must say?
Okay.
Until we can't say that because this model worked somewhat for GOIL necessarily be Juma for. Near Ekosiisen is another way of bringing back PDS through the back door. That's how I see it. And look, near one say you have these years, for example, they are shouting their lungs out saying it's a good deal and so on. What is the basis for saying is good for Ghana?
What is a good deal?
Say privatization is a good
thing for
Ghana. Deal not in the legal sense of, but the fact say what is the basis for saying so? Until I'm can say, let's discuss the problems of ECG. Then say some problems here and your private sector there's no way we can deal with them. Then we can say there is a genuine case for privatization. But if these are things that are surmountable, it's just a question of leadership, and reinvention of ECG. I don't think privatization is the way to go.
Okay. How about the issue of merger? Say, we merge some of the.
It was under Kufuor and I created Gridco. Gridco didn't exist.
I know.
So VRE, it was we had two extremes in the value chain.
Yes.
The producers are VRE and then the distributors are ECG.
Transmission
no more count. What is here? Yes. And I think VRA was taking care of, and ECG and I taking care of transmission.
Sure.
No? So if we have to merge that, and the idea was to enhance efficiency, and that's I'm not privy to the data.
Yes.
But if the data the creation of such transmitter has not enhanced efficiency and has only created more cost, merging them would make a lot of economic and business sense. But if it is it has enhanced efficiency and so on and so forth. Imagine you are going back to the problems that we had before.
Okay.
And to me, I'm not opposed to merging the same utilities so long as they stay state-owned. And so long as merger would increase or enhance efficiency, I have no issues at all.
The example people cite in the industry, ESCOM in South Africa. Only the ESCOM is a generator, a transmitter, a distributor. And
look at the crisis in South Africa. That's a terrible example to cite.
No, maybe an example on the continent.
In one.
That is them. But and I think the proposal so far.
No, we should have worst case now. Let's have two extremes: producers, or generators, and then distributors.
A distributor transmitter.
One. What is the worst case scenario? Two. Na background transmitter no abeka distributor no.
Okay.
Me, I don't have an issue with that. But this conversation in farmer private sector is dead on arrival. And you see, mami me cast and be edis. It's a phone no can. Are you aware? Or this is? I'm sure if you have the information, you are an associate of the industry, so you should know. I made a deal now. I reviewed 10 years.
Yes.
It was reviewed to 15 years under Owura Bachejako. Okofien was it reviewed back to 7?
No.
He stayed at 15. ASAP said it was a terrible idea that he misled the president into extending the tenure of Ameri. For which reason he got sacked. Okofien, did they change it?
We don't know if that was.
That was the reason. So is mine one kind.
Nasa president let our issues. He
said it was misled, and because ASAP raised issue about tenure.
The misled was a newspaper story. It was not an official communication.
What kind Eugene Ahin correspondence or communication that sacked the minister? No? What kind?
But there was no reason in that communication. No. That's the point.
Have you read it? You see, and the reason is that ASAP for Nedikankas, You said when you come, you are going to review the Ameri deal, and the idea was 10 years. No? But you and I know, say, in that industry, no, obi our investment biano. If the rates, obe varying the rates now, especially downward reviewer,
yes,
you should give him enough time to recover the investment. And yes, sir. And the best they could do was rates now, and the argument was, in fact, beyond the fact that you would even give them the time to recoup on investment, yes, see, cabinet Ankasa say, let's convert Ameri as a temporary plant into a permanent plant. And yes, sir, anything that is here, yet media America now it's become a permanent plant.
Yeah, but so originally that was the agreement. Now you build, operate, and transfer.
Exactly. Until if you want to own BB, now in the meantime they are operating at 7 years. Eventually, the long-term plan is to have it. Now also, because we are reviewing their rates downward, no, you have 10 and 15 years.
15.
Bonnie.
No. In that sense, no.
No. Very good. But Uncle Vibaye, as a for say, I didn't race in 15 years. Who did it? So I'm very skeptical when it comes to the advice ASAP is giving us on the power sector in particular. Because
despite all the good they've done.
No, me see, I'm not saying I'm skeptical when it comes to the advice on power. Minka energy, Minka power.
Okay.
Because the minister went home, nothing changed, and they went quiet, as if Omu concern about tenure had all of a sudden been answered and now vanished. In the same manner, PDS by they had issues with PDS. What was the issue? What were the issues with PDS? Apart from the fact that some of the conditions could not be met, but in principle, the idea of giving it to a private entity was was the matter at issue.
Yeah. Yes.
And they're saying less than 2 years, and within 2 to 3 years, all of a sudden, yes, it's a good idea, say, and privatize it. And the say, you are just you can say advocates in the sector, but practitioners in the sector are only generators, independent power producers. Kasha will say it's a bad idea to privatize.
Okay.
And practitioners,
yes.
Kasha and say, privatize here is a bad idea. Well, with you, baby, look, civil society, what you do is advocacy, you take data, analyze, and you offer opinions. But I will take their word any day. Essence say, at the end of the day, Dumza is all about generation.
Sure.
Let's say Omu catch and say, privatize here, which means the generational issue is even going to get worse. So why do we want to worsen our already bad situation by getting into Nyomabia and here? Because in the first instance, we are taking away a commanding height. At DIA, one of the commanding heights of the economy, we are taking it away from the state.
Are the IPPs not also speaking to protect their interest?
No, what is their interest?
No, hold on. At the end of the day, when it is privatized, now
they will be paid.
A completely new company take it over.
They will be paid less.
The dynamics need change.
No, are they going to be paid less? Already there are existing agreements. You have IPPs that are signing. And Uber, ECG is just a distributor.
Yes.
Or more distributive you are. The revenue they generate, then they use it to pay the utilities, the generators.
Sure.
Until you already have an agreement with government, once the private entity takes over, they are taking over everything, liabilities and assets. So if they have outstanding contracts with a bank, now who could take you over? Are you going to say they are going to review their tariffs downward?
No.
That's the point in there. Now what is going to change? So if anything at all, you are saying say efficiency in audio mobile, they should be excited, because there will be prompt and consistent payment. If this logic about efficiency of the private sector is anything to go by, so why are they not happy? You would anchor would breme na meniaji other na meninji because they know the problems that are likely to result. And media, in conclusion, we can say this haste to privatize state institutions that are redeemable. No, we've done it in the past to the extent that we even created a diversity implementation committee. Look, sometimes your crata basis here, glass, your crabba, we see glass out there, your crabba. When we could be producing them in this country. after the overthrow of Croatian Tony in Azizia, be a quiet and sorry, dying, a bisu the IF farms, a bikra yamfanya hay. And it is because we have this pension, we feel say abayin say nimwa. Now the Ankram Kramba necessarily a bejina. And yes, Anna, it doesn't work always like that. But you see, in conclusion, no, just a little point. The problem I face is here. Yeah, we are in doomsday situation. Instead of us to apply our energies to solving the current crisis we are in, our fixation is on selling ECG to private individuals. I mean, it's becoming sickening, really.
I take Mohammed Yatin and Kano. Vivo Energy, Semin Fan to my name, said there is a simple truth about love, and it drives us to give off our very best every day. In the same way, Shell fuels drive your car to peak performance. In the end, ope fuel out the go come where my car ni juma. Emma pa a Shell fuel. That's why every car loves Shell. And then as well in your Shell product in you don't know what time it is. With over 100 years of innovation, you won't just be buying any fuel, but the most advanced fuels, which will save you money in the long run. How? The reason is simple. Shell fuels with Dynaflex technology are Shell's most advanced fuels, designed to prevent deposit build-up and keep your engine clean and protected. They are also designed to help save fuel and get extra kilometers from each tank fill, so you can do more in your day. And they drive into a Shell station and fuel up your car with Shell fuels designed for engine efficiency and performance, and give your car the love it needs for better journeys. Go well. Shell ehun komoni ani u idintiene ubeto fuel pagu kemu aja emfa car ne mfa baby ewura Shell station be e ben wo unim say quality is guaranteed and a bibia correct. No libi no labalaba. Shell asem ene ye kachewi unim nso se ene se ba malaria treatment power Ghana ha edro ba akopɛ ne nyina ya giatum tabia herbal mixture. Say male vitality nso a tabia takum, made with no alcohol, made with honey, 100% organic. And now say immune system also will boost ya, immune booster papa padie, tabia zone care. Constipation where depend no be brama o yeme team. Tabia herbal capsules and we here. Me pacho number obefre won in 0243 686 861 0243 686 861. Now only tabia into me in the enkomo. Ekosiisen the higher Sempa FM. Sansona NA ma memfa wensu intwem na fe ento aso translate solar more and more per solar systems, and it's even more necessary and important now than ever. So ubenya solar systems yibi ewufie na ye be fixi bi ma we se wani ensa wo kache ye ma solar inverters ama lithium ion batteries near the panel na kan ho translate solar na dia ba ewia airborne no store bi never generate power ne use wo fie kama only translate solar any komo ene o sika utua for power ebe ba from ubenya reliable power supply with the solar systems. Your office no 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, in between ARS and the American House, White House bus stop wa frame 0504 249 229. Na paying solar panels nibi eto. Translite solar say everywhere there is sunlight, there is translight. In the motion and so MIA. Deputy General Secretary, meaning which of the topics are absolutely common privatization, ECG, issues of power challenges, doomsaw, and then common abenina. Where do you stand? I mean,
the Adjei me pese minka enfa the issue about privatization of the ECG. Obi Manchester government actually says omuye discussions for privatization. Government and yes, a particular discussion. It's not government's decision. Say government is making a plan to privatize these organizations. But media as a person, privatization and CASA is not the major problem. But what is essential what is leading to that, or what will lead to that. But as a government of the New Patriotic Party's government and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, Oman discuss anything pertaining to privatization of this state companies. So it's not on the table for discussion. But in terms of how say ebitimi na power sector no etimi akoyie maye, if it is merger, I support wholly for merger, because we are merger, there is different category of human resource and brains and experience on the table. Say umbitimi aye djuma no na umbitimi aboa na power sector no enko, because what is happening in the power sector no across all the political divide no ayese nyina so na ntimi hwe there are some anase djuma ebitimi aye na power sector no ebe stable may nyina, because it is very worrying. Na ye as a party yenka se bibia ewo sese ano ya de, but the point is that government eguso eye djuma se ebetimi aye bibi afa the current power crisis we deeply sympathize with the Ghanaian citizens. Say their air cost, the government and the energy sector no omu ye bibi efaso in the very nearest distance ebetimi a resolve it sa particular nema no. And now obisa say the majority shareholder no government.
Sure.
Na government including Senate, Petro Gulf, any quantum group of companies. Government has the highest shareholding.
That's for GOIL.
That's for GOIL. That's about 51.1%.
That's for government.
Government. And
other Senate is in there.
Senate is 18.52.
And a quantum.
Yes, Petro Gulf. And then yes, so there are different categories but it is good say power sector no media men support privatization. It is a fact. Say privatization of a state entity to say energy sector, it is very essential. But government has not say discussions on any level of privatization. But anything I betimi aye say betimi aboa power sector no, government is very ever ready to be able to engage the various stakeholders in say obetimi aye say ebetimi aboa my enyina. Enti this is what say me pese minka emfa on the issue of the privatization.
No, I think it's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
Ububo topics bebree na yewura John Dramani Mahama say obe say the
education sector free SHS.
So when him say before free SHS na in 2008 na yewura John Mahama na oye first na ono na enye running mate Emma Professor Mills. Say winim na ye Kumbungu MP, the Mumuni, yes, now on the running maid. Eba no sono na ose ono de free SHS be intimi embasso. Na or sa particular sekanokra obefa ko tuya toll debt. Na ye ba into the 2016 elections. Now ose free SHS can only be possible in 20 years' time.
Yeah, that was a minister of his.
Ono Ankasa.
I think Leo Kran.
Ono Ankasa Akaye say 20 years. Ono Ankasa say
20.
Yes, that it can only be possible in 20 years. Now, we are unbelieving the instance and answer the operationalization of free SHS. Now so this independence marches now NDC now mushase omuba omuye marches demonstrations 419 ninyina omukaye. The NDC as a partner, they don't have good sense for the operationalization of the free SHS. So in what basis say obetimi review the concept and I say obetimi aye bibi afa the free SHS so because or you're not won't believe the entire concept.
Yes.
Or you'll be won't believe the concept of the free SHS. And he won't believe you concept no. Obey day. So bit me akuta free SHS ye amaye. And he enya sama ye Ghanaians and kasa ejitum say John Dramani Mahama ebetimi I'm a free SHS, free SHS, and the Enyana Cress will be to me because of desperation, no, or here say overpower, somehow will be overcome, we be overcome because he's very desperate, say overpower. But we as MPP, no, we admit, say in any project I will implement it, there are challenges, ebeba. That is why, say your input, process, output, outcomes, and then impact. Ni nyina juma ubetim uya na uhweso na unye feedback yawo bibia ye frɛ feed forward. Ni nyina ebetimi aka ho na ubetimi aye na ebekoyie amaye nyina. Enti we are not of the fact that say there are no challenges in the implementation of the free senior high school, but we believe in the right sense of the New Patriotic Party say as a government under the leadership of the vice president and the flag bearer of our party, say, obey the president of the republic, the free SHS will move to a very smooth level, say, the people of Ghana. We have levels, Emma free SHS, Emma Ghanaians, and we share the impact of free SHS. Those Mamuna or Montimia Anya Kwan Eco School during the time of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, more Ghanaian citizens, the cost barrier no ye free. Na access quality ni nyina bibia ye na the impact of Emma Kwan say all those are omu cultural exams say omu call to the free SHS and as senior high schools no omu timinya kwan na ofri mikroma zabzugu ubetimi anya kwan say oba Accra high and as uko prempe and as uko tiamadia enti we ama access ama every level of Ghanaian citizen we obia u parents omu wasika and as omu nisika and as omu ko school and as omu anko school the free SHS no ama obibiara kwan say ubetimi anya access to education in Ghana. Enti we enye debate bia ye na ye na ye gusu say ubetimi aye ni here Ghanaians ejidi say ampa ebeye because ye ka say ebeye no it was a policy say Emma Nanado Dankwa from 2008 obeye flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party na ogusu say oye president obeye free senior high school. And it is something that nyina yehwe so say we nu ebetimi aye na Ghanaians betimi ahun say this is a right policy among the people of Ghana.
Wow. And that's the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP and the attending can but we say Obi the problem of ECG has nothing to do with a measure or privatization. The only solution is for government and state agencies to pay for their respective consumption. At most all be given prepaid meters. Emmanuel Dancer appear Esquire and or the way Abba Council Yadase Papa Nyame Inshaw. There are some other messages here. This one for Adjei Kosi. Good evening. I think it's high time we stopped saying we have two big political parties in Ghana because we from the new force will shock the NPP and the NDC. We will change the face of politics in Ghana. It is Nana Kwame Bediako all the way. Samuel Anaya, listening to you live from the United Kingdom. And already, Ose? No, as a political party, no.
So how did they become a political party?
No, they are not a political party.
So why
is a new force?
Why should this actually stop referring to?
But what is a KK Force? So on a supporter of the new force.
But is it a political party?
So the KK Force. No, it is not for now.
So
they have started the process.
And his reason is that new force. And it's not a political party.
Yeah, but they will be on the ballot paper.
But they are not a political party.
Sure.
No,
the new force.
And the policy is to construct a sea From Accra to Kumasi.
Yeah, it is possible. Don't be limited in your what the mind can do.
That is wiping Accra and central and eastern region.
How is that so?
He will use the tigers.
Obi. What a sea is.
Yeah, I know what a sea is.
And so a sea from Accra to Kumasi.
Yes.
Will consume the entirety of Accra and even eastern region. In fact, all the regions from here to Kumasi, including Kumasi,
You can do it underground. You could do it at
how is that possible?
Underground sea.
Nipan so obey a huge tunnel. Also, your challenge is you don't.
That's even worse than I thought.
No, but you cannot even imagine what engineering can do and what science can do. Unihana Holland a pussy a pono to reclaim land.
But no. You see,
I see what.
When you're okay.
A canal cannot be break. It cannot be.
A canal is different from a sea.
No, say obed a huge canal. Not sea. No, my worry is that the mindset say any possible. A put to Kumasi, you think it's not possible? It will cost. You can question the return on investment.
No, forget the return on investment.
But it's possibility there. It's possible. So
how is that possible?
Is it no engineering?
No, you are able fine.
A canal will be dug, a huge one.
That's no longer a sea. It's you have a canal as it is.
No, but it cannot be the natural sea now. How is that even possible? Anything that will be done will be artificial.
Now
it will not be.
And Kakachile said like Boson
maybe.
Oh, so you don't believe sea now?
Obi.
Now you may do me bakery.
No,
the construction work, you know.
Yeah, we are
so this is like the GDP of the whole because maybe we're not gonna GDP in idea one project.
You see, I am all for youth empowerment.
No, but I'm not going to be brutal.
Ridiculous.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Charlie,
I thought he was coming with some. Well, I thought his focus was going to be like business-related policies. I will do this to increase investment. No, that will lead your flagship program.
Obi. That's what the my company be. Quickly. Adenta community.
Oh, that's not a good way to refer to.
Do you know what I mean?
Obi see me
Adenta community.
No, me that.
Obi say when by Dean, you know say
Adenta.
Nidin the Adenta kumi. What is his real name?
That is Nikki.
Sorry, on the line. Obi see me
Alfred Ababio kumi. Okay.
Obi see me say na puna yoko Kumasi. O see waves no. Any mami water so. Is he going to transport mami water to Kumasi?
No, I say mami water open.
Now why? Possible. Na
mami water or even no.
The America Kumasi akwasi nidia. Then any possible.
Mami water they need to wedding.
Obi.
Yes.
Me that's me nua baby o. Whether or not say mo kwa MPP and as mbeka alanche mantin echi no. Echi nipa awoye. Ena wachi na wosen akono. Echi kwan a wo faso akọ. Etoda adwuma ya ye enye ni denti ene ye obia ne de ope wo wi asemeboa nti mpanimfo so kan sem bi se ubeye nyuna na waye nyuno ubeye hia na waye hie
omunti means say o madwe
botro bojode enye
what's your problem with what they've done?
I'm a young person in politics. Bankrofo politicians through mu wi ase pa ne de okọ Hassan ba omu ye dangerous than python in politics. Me say, more dangerous people in politics. Said the trigger no ekọ and be trigger no be sen film. So MPP for ono atwa figure de bremo minim so be 2002 multiplier antina na ni abre ne dia. So you say am 2000.
Or say sana nko.
And I'm say be na 2000.
It is not true.
Be na 2000 per head. Nti no say number na over 6000 2 multiplier ni na wona ho. Say no common na ni wodi dia. You see how they do their politics in this country. Alan, okasa 3 days ago. What's MPP no moti and ye no nie. And then kwada na ewo mu na hantan ni dwa ni dream die and edi omutiri mu dem.
Alan cancer.
Oh yes. A hantan dwa dream die and edi omutiri mu dem. No wonder. And now ka nkofo mo ho kire mo okruma pa MPP. See ya callers ka ho pa. omo ne timi boabo mobile phone na ya hye no it said they wash abusuan bosom but there are exact people when you kwanya no type ya phone better type ya man but we cannot enti omo we come omo they should go but omo ne the papa bi omo de bakruma so ura lancha mantin some 3 days ago now gini di no yeah obo when 2000 multiplied by 6000 you so ni gidi no you go and meet them there na mpp na nya wanwa sa laji Bawumia akura bam ye man waiver and so dey ba and what is new here obi me da prophecy say oka say omonye omadwene kra say privatization ye dey call the distribution sector to say the near canon because that's the debate and ebe ya na no tumfo and a chair na adwene na generated this debate. I think so now kwan so chair na adwene but we nkwan with them na anya adwene yeah because be see asem no si a na ebusa se na anu asem ni si ye ne den ne bae obi na anu asem no den ne bae and conversation I was here DNCC and crying about privatization no how to end doom so e den na akofa dum so aba kwan ben ne be fa so si ano ahomboa ben na ban ye that should be the conversation now but yes a conversation e betani akọ e was say dabi yenru ho e ho de kra etwa mu ache e ho true obi for the past 3 days baby amete anaju 10 ko bia yedu mekania yebeso a
eyewo Eric Adjei
yes
me for the past years we just from every
yes
ni ya no
my yebeso na anopa be 7 to 8 so that should be the conversation now e de na akoso we anye sikasem sika ofia nya no anase ofi di Ghana for with what we want but masa privatization ye bi asemba ya yes ye call for me PDS na no distribution sector kro ya ba be di akotene no Ekosiisen nya no ane asempa FM
e wa asempa FM here
obi these people sat and organized their cronies they sat and organize their cronies omo ye babafo tailor for
Eric Adjei so sometimes how we am come
obi you see
you are
me matadi ye kutashe me tailor ni a we good ne pama me it is a energy sector you don't expect a baba experience na what etire hu no e energy sector
da me na say obi anso ni ho a okobede for energy sector project or the barbering salon as a company
yet ye kan say man say kan track ho
men ka say wo kan track ba wo radio so ka say hu ha
na say ha na wo say me kan no program ha na obeti Ekosiisen ubete mo ke ka mo namfofo babafo ne ade bo mu a nka mo ko she PDS e chi Ekosiisen that conversation no ye dane the to baby cry obi PDS ye ko follow so this doom so na asia back because of Alhaji Bawumia ne cartel boni omudi o PDS and the dia go back to
na PDS Alhaji Bawumia
metre di nti o mu bi me ba obi yeti ha ene ye ka kire se ya nyina ma hoden sem no asi people kakra na kwan a ye fa so e mane de kono ya na enyinu ko ana meboa so nim se na sisi ameno kaza ECG omo se omo loss be 30%. Yes sir, thank you very much. And the time when PDS ebe mu no sector ben na nka PDS eba wo energy sector hena na oba
FM
PDS was for the decision was to distribute privatize
very
distribution.
Good because say enyinu ko kwana ye ntimi hu mfaso eba ne ntina nka ye de omo ba mu ye start PDS conversation the eba mu ye scandals nko PDS conversation scandals nko na ebe owura ye ne voter region Peter Mewu no na be ka kire se niam omo start ye PDS na ye fraud
One can nyina. It was a specific issue on the insurance guarantee.
Now why they facilitate insurance guarantee no?
You tell us how
committee here for me Alhaji His Excellency.
Do you know of any such committee? Do you know of any such committee?
Obi you know what you man be there ma oja.
Me say unim of any such committee ana.
No.
I think unim committee is.
I think antia me wa ha. Wo dem ma men kasa.
Committee kre.
Obi. PDS jumadi omudi. Alhaji Bawumia ma yete asese no odi mu akotene. Na obi sam baby okano.
Na someone na work as na me.
Oso energy sector na gina so time na dum so mayi. ono oba na hoɔden a na ɔde awura mu no ɛna gyina so
is that okay two different things
Debio you see mama ka asɛm ntro atik ɔmo ba ɔmo first be 5 years ana dum so mae no na ɔmo taate so ɔmo makane na yɛden gyina so ɔmo di dum so sorry PDS ibakroma Alhaji Bawumia de papa bi a wa ba mo na de ba on the day digitization by
on the
when did the power crisis start?
Senior
we came in January 2017
and then you in Fiabanum
let him finish
we in Fiabanum or Wabanum dread
Eric meeting
Vice President Bawumia head of economic management team or Mabino and Omokofa PDS by yet Kruma and come
PDS
oh Naka I'm gonna translate I'm gonna translate who said then I'm here Obi omo na translate who said no I didn't dey confirm economy ni ye and economy na energy sector we free ma Ghana economy agu and ankofu kocho na ekofa bai the we ehun sem chen kuri to the extent is asem na okase Peter me uka say insurance guarantee no and na ye fraud no first na the na bank guarantee condition precedent to condition subsequent why am na sesa no
Kashe na sa wona wo
Alhaji Bawumia ne nkofo ya
Alhaji Bawumia ko he no kwesesa
the head of economic management omo discussing in our cabinet obi jeje
na you
see the economy no untimi energy sector free economy mo can you drag energy out of economy
EMT wasn't involved
but you spoke about a committee
and I say
after without committee now they cover EMT
so the head of economic management team Alhaji Bawumia mo ekotenase Ekosiisen bank guarantee.
But that is not factual. You don't state Nioma any factual. You don't do that.
And they all can fact.
You don't do that.
It
is not. You know it is not factual.
The person is part of the government. Abano me say government in a creating mess. But we are part of the same government. Me boni di kaza
about what you are saying. Who say EMT? SSR bank guarantee to. That is not true.
Obi then now ye. Alhaji Bawumia head of economic management team or a part of the government. And I buy no fake lifestyle e wa ba mu nyina money leave. And your Ekosiisen bank guarantee and insurance guarantee. At the end of the day, company ni we are saying exist acute. Meboa. Na na dum so asan aba mo divert conversation but I thank prof. So ka say no dey mamu ho. But the Ghana for ceremony say mo fix it dum so. Because ene abanya sebe mato asodin abodin common timetable I see here no. Mama PUIC cry indict mo say mo provide and they are acting as if say you the Ghana for na mo loan timemu for no intimire so and they will pay ye na etwa tax de hwemo ma me da e bedu mechanic so adane boachi bidin eno so gese ye kan wa asem a okoka energy minister na po na watufo ama sebe and all these elements in the system no they think that they are contributing their quota. Is that how to build a nation? Obi ye besre kania dundum na anu aye den entimu wo bra papa bia mo betimi abo a mo na dwamfo no bre obi quickly prof story na we say John Mahama say 20 years time na ayi free SHS be possible betimi akan amai
na any minister we corrected
Debbie wanyantum he never accepted.
I never accepted.
Na say EMT also
he himself I'm not reading from a story. I have a memory. I have a memory on my own. So I'm not reading from a story.
Deputy General
please.
Deputy General Secretary. Hold on. Deputy GS. Deputy GS. The truth of the matter is on the 20 years claim. No. Hold on. Munya butre. Haruna. The truth of the matter is that on the 20 years claim.
That was his vision.
It was Lee Okran who did a press conference and said that John Mahama publicly is not on record to have said that. You can say, sir, he didn't believe in free SHS at the time. Fine. But as to say Oka said,
you cannot dictate what I say.
No, as to say Oka said 20 years, John Mahama did not say that.
John Mahama believed
you can say he's made comment. You can infer to say he didn't believe in free SHS.
He doesn't believe that free SHS is possible.
20 years, he didn't believe that. It is Leo Kran who made that.
Leo Kran was what?
Minister of
Education.
Yeah, but we've said
So all that ministers say, we attribute them to the president.
No, I don't say I said
it is
that is
settled.
his belief.
It's settled.
That
It's
is his
settled.
belief.
Eric, me pacho.
But tell Eric, you can't sit here and dictate what people
Noted.
say.
Point well
I am
noted.
very rough.
Point well
So
noted.
let me know. So please.
Very rough that you, so I'm just being quiet.
Point well noted. Point well noted. Eric,
Who are you? Bring it on in. Who are you?
Haruna, relax.
You can't say, look,
Relax.
You did it too. No,
Haruna, relax.
Do it too.
Eric Adjei, proceed and end on. Eric, I'm giving you time. Proceed and end. Haruna. What can I say? Your point is well noted. Thank you. Eric, it's settled. President Mahama and Kasa, proceed. President Mahama and Kasa, just proceed.
Look at them.
Eric Adjei.
Let him say it.
And I'm penny day. And come by me who am sorry at form because you're older than me, right? Look at what they did to President Mahama in this country. Maybe all the family there that is
free SHS na sem no uni bibia ka bio.
Nyanya what am I quick.
It me mamintio.
Asa, me kan ya asem kura na nya obi na de obi ba ha.
You did also bring
President Mahama.
When you say 100, I'll give you 200. Please. I'll be very quiet, but don't try to say
Obi this week. President Mahama on teacher unions initiate. Na grat ni omo keka ho no. Nti e ho na one Professor Adjei na Opoku Agyeman omode omoni so ade huna hodo a omowo etu omanim. Yes. So they spoke about the basic level omoba de ombeye wo ho challenges are in himself also at the basic level. Textbooks issues are intimate supply for years na de keka ho nyina. So in the first speech no koka say oba free SHS obe make sure say
Asempa FM
the improvement bebem na niema Ghana for do na susu say oye beboa no ode aka ho obi and I don't think say e was so be the two team say government be implement policy any political party be beba ban mu kra no enu hu aso die so kan bia na enkoyi ya oka. And you see this logic is coming from where na ye wa ban mu a oka se kokoko akuafo na ye mo free fertilizer aban we ba ban mu a omo be try free fertilizer mu no message omo communicate here ne say na nkofo no bi wi fertilizers ne bi mebo
almost smuggle
nti e wo say ye twam but omo hu nyansa say wo so omo si smuggling na no but the best remedy
omo hu nyansa ye
no omo hu okay they did it men kind of bro fu mom na nye
you know what to say intika
omo anwene hu say e wo so omo si smuggling na no rather but omo dwene hu say smuggle because they was ye twam. And yet, yes, last year, Cocoa Board, according to their very own report, over 150,000 metric tons of cocoa and a smuggled the Ivory Coast. You track Ghana Cocoa Board. Huh? So the remedy for that, no. Intiene, when implementing free SHS, na challenge say we be any. No be so non so ba. The other na consider or non so ba so anubia. Mo so oni hu akwanya kras o ka bi. Na mo na mo di school ba Ghana. Huh? Mukasa te say the mom aban mu no school ni kroma obi time wa ye tro 1992 constitution ye hye nipa ni omotwere mo na mo nwene Ghana ho ye frem mpani for kra na mo mpe wafa
omo mpani for ben
nya MPP for na omo te MPP na we mo so mu
I say MPP for no money hot time
I na me say omo na mo asem na meka no
omo na ben na betro constitution ni bi
asem ameka on just me say time wa yeah people assembly
because omo e boycott it was members of the Ghana Bar Association and no nya MPP
me say omo na mo
Ghana Bar Association na NDC for
obi ja ma menka no kra ni nchiro
no kra ni
constitution die da ho an ye kan ye gi nipa ko dodo na adwene omo na nanom omo afọ
dabi Ghana Bar Association omo na nanom ne Ghana Bar Association
Malik was part of the
process
of the process okay but Ghana Bar Association so omo nya MPP for na nanom
oh me obi don't push me there
but that is the fact GB and the boycott
me say
because at the time na MPP
don't bring issue of Ghana Bar let me do
and hwan mu and I take me boa
let me do my argument fact until there me person me show ne say Adjei bia hye yemra pon no
He's on fire today.
Eniema ehemra no medoso ye ne ewogidie se ansa na yema education no enye wholesale na wo se ye de akade bi gu akwan mu ansa NDC de na agidi no Inti yaba ya started community day senior high school no. The purpose no say e was here man school no ban amanfo abobo and said e be ya obi ebenya biako. Because obi TSC nye obi a na waka say e be even wanya legon prese cra free. No mfa ne ba mra obetim kra de ne ba. Those conditions were there. Inti ya start ya na ye put up infrastructures ahodo no. Fofi antoata eni efra ban mu. Obi community day school ani esi pa ku bi esisi wani efa nipa be 3000 everything ye intact. Inti say o waba
also can say mo nipa 3 onim nipa 3
now can see so 3000 na ASN 3000 na
o budget na 3000
300
and be 1005
kwa du jama de no de esi wo no ko dan esisi wo obi o de so block ko hoda ho mo problem ni say ya mo tan ko hwehwe sa anyama e block. Hey, massa.
No, about 3,000.
Obi, what they figure is small what so far. Obi, or sit to John Mahama legacy. Na uja no. And I'm okay come on someone about them. Obi in fiansun fine you've implemented the policy. Ekoso. But policy be anywhere be implement ya on nane wechi enkonko reza de yeko. Yeti krumu hey. Parents omo mako free SHS no bi mo kasase challenge se wo. Enkwada na eduane omubedi adane boachi bedi. Memi krom Sumamai Senior High School. The last time I came here, me de bia me di baby me fi by case studio. Almost for the past 6 months. Omuni brodo kra o dining or breakfast da. For the past 6 months, o ko dining ho sell sugar now they akwaji utin. Yes. And as some of the institutions in the country, these are the challenges ekoso. Some parents and the trade and they come on why name. Yeah, no tears.
Ukonum tia o de wa sugar ko.
Now ko sugar ni won fan ko. Aba you see uni say President Mahama no can say be so ba. Kwan ya fa so feed senior high school for no. Obe reverse amana ko back. Because we believe in decentralization. Yes, you kwa koto barire wotachimen dwemu abegu nkran. Ni asen aso afri.
Yeah, that I know DS I don't know.
And said we see your money ma no. Se barire na e de be
bro stock arrangement is a bad idea.
It's a question I asked the PR of the Education Ministry. And contrary to what the public thought, say Adriana no egu center bi wa Accra.
No, the distribution is centralized.
Yeah.
It's the distribution. He says not every region will more a year.
No,
a central point of schools never ho. Ebeje de call schools.
I think they give buffer stock to do.
The buffer stock.
Yeah, buffer stock has several
suppliers. Buffer stock. Omo na the key supplier.
Sure.
Until omo no omo ye ni nyina wie no, no omo distribute at the corridors.
But how do you use such a policy to build a state entity? And that is the rationale behind to build buffer stock. How else
are you telling me? Obi,
I think what happens is the suppliers not necessarily go to buffer stock to pick the stock. Yeah.
Okay.
They buy them from the market and send it to the school.
So why should buffer stock be the one to do that?
Connection my
buffer stock only pays the suppliers.
They pay the suppliers.
Let me tell you this. Yesu na ni ewo mi wo mi krumu no. Once na meti e ka se sample dwa edwada. Se dwada bi edru a ube se school no na ka bom shika na tu. Na beza te car no front. Beza ne ma no ko sampadwam a omko build the local economy. Atosodi a ombeto omunya better prices they said the article can no. Enti na otwe no ye nim say na otwe nkwada ne betumi edi tomato se bi adaka mi no ne ato aba besi yo.
But you know say they still do that buy for perishable goods.
Yes.
Yeah, they give the money for perishable.
Dan ne ho age say the sugar ko no because sika na ye de buy no for perishable goods and for sugar. Meba serious o senior. So what some are saying is say sugar short na ba fast stock on sugar maya. The sika na de to perishable goods no. Wo de fa bi ko to sugar. Query de be ma no and no headmaster person call that humiliation.
No, the idea
and that is the reality. Obi. So President Mahama kasa sa ne money in challenges are wo free SHS. Into oba man akofom say headmasters are move school control nnuane ankwada ne bedi nnuane amobeto eno na enye improvement ebeboa. Ebiem obi anim se ankwada no adan ahodo omotrem kra challenge. Some of the schools me wo fasi silas na no other presec for ma kwan a okono. Obi ni chobos baako ene ne ekula keda so nko osen aso ani na de akosuma inkru ba oba ne wo fa wo fie ne wabeja wo ho ba kane na ne wo school mu no because na facility ne enough ne makwa ne ekwa wo fo ba sa wo ko What am I saying? It is Aquadano, and near Manako, best Swadi free her. Uti, and near
Bas are now saying,
now you're Makwana, while look and near Loki Domitri, and then answer Oku crew.
and then your school's need
And I make house and then
This is your propaganda.
Obi, no fancy wrestlers, I've been a sellers over 17 years. And that tank near the idea of Swakwa day. And no fear was sampa 170 Ghana. But previously it was 65 cities. Nanki and charging a bag in the troubles in count 400 Ghana. And all Kwan Obeba. So all these are challenges. I just say you have more infrastructure at the senior high school level. Uniha. And is it Tema also headmistress because I said baby and Kwadani Beja Mona Cribino. I did Chiani Pamono. Intia Kwadana, how many
Sassam no kind no more Pamo.
Now didn't ya? Yes, in same way, what's what can I want? I made 2 1 more. But the issue is always with regard to the policy. A lot. Obi, ABM. And Kwadano one say, Sukumu no more, Additional Musia. Yeah, that's into no Musia Nameboa. But I hope building Kwala. Na enkwada me continue school mu na textbooks near their DV basic level near their nyama ni nyina challenges e was your baba address if you can we na prof so on tiasia prof allow your research
me that say Atik tell na
media just quickly
yes
I think sir dum so Adjei hard
yes but I was saying so anaju heat no
yes different level
Charlie, it is
crazy on a different level.
That.
The
heat is just ubi and Pumampa Shema.
Heat number.
Climate change, I don't want for Empezo Mutiazian. Look, we're actually feeling some of the effects of changes in our climate too.
It's like literally a she and Suagu so a damn hole. It is that crazy.
And the funny thing is that Musuon Kanaka Okujari, the water itself is hot.
I think.
Messi, and the doom's idea is unforgivable. What you say? It's around me now. And on my chain, I sort of say,
bear time.
On my air, sometimes bed 9.
Yeah, no, dear.
Oh, sir.
9 as in morning.
And I do 9.
And I do
9. Me free. No, mini light. Fita and run, I do now.
Now,
my dodge
on the timetable.
Oh, you see, timetable, no? I think, sir, the time people were making the demand for it to know early. By the way, I know, I said,
are very relevant.
But you see, the point, Kran is, we need to be told our situation.
Yes, I think that is where it should start from.
It should start from
when we know the situation.
Then we can either demand okay, a timetable is needed or not. No, we need to know where we stand. What is really the problem?
President Kasa war. Which state event or Kasa?
Recommissioning of America.
Was it? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And recommissioning of America. It was a commissioning of the power enclave in Kumasi. There's a power enclave in Takrady, one in Tema. That was what they were commissioning.
Own operating transfer.
I think we should be factual.
And then it has been.
You can argue say Ameri plant be Ekoho. But the project that was commissioned was
is it the entire Ameri plant that was taken?
No.
And the reason is to create a power enclave.
Yeah, because of the enclave, car power is also building a plant there. Other IPPs need to be in the enclave.
Oh, okay.
Gens are the gas pipeline.
Okay, so they are building another hub. It's reasonable to do.
Yes, I mean we can have an argument on relocating a Mary and not stating say a Mary and all of that. That argument can be made. But what was commissioned was the power enclave.
We are not against that.
Yeah, which is reasonable.
But my argument is at that event, the president said, he appreciates the forbearance of Ghanaians in this challenge, but he fell short of telling us what the
problem
is.
Really is.
But president himself is the challenge.
That should be the starting point.
It's a challenge.
Says here, Nientia, Yewo, Sa or Hawimuno. Abia, Sika Sem, I said the tree utilities, Nuna, Ember. Like, we need to know what the problem is. And there are some technical issues that are preventing generators from generating. We need to know where we stand before you can then make demands either a per timetable and I say because if the problems are challenge and our challenge is not temporary, you go and demand a timetable now in the next 1 week, that will be useless.
Yeah.
But until you tell us where we stand,
that was yesterday. Enra, yeah. Enra Najo.
It is becoming critical.
Some more. Kotoka should have a plant.
They must.
One of the.
They know I'm here. You are calling
one of the critical areas, even in the heat of the doomsday in 20,
they always
exceptional.
No, as for airport, you can't afford.
All of that.
Like I was saying, we need to know where we stand. Then we can. That's why, like I said, when Samuel Dubik was given, I was like, look, come clear with Ghanaians. And my teaching Sembi said, some proposal is being made, say we need $291 million to fix this problem.
Sir, to do what?
That is the question. And you see, ECG4, as I said, look, we don't need $291 million. What you say? So we need to know where we stand. So the conversations, we can situate them in their proper context. What you say?
I get you.
Because hawa solution already, but you can say okay, solution with the end a bit to me, I cure our problem. But and I don't want to suspect, but I'm pushed to suspect. Say, it's not entirely a problem that is not fixable.
It looks like it is a problem that can be fixed
in the interim, in the shortest time possible. What you must hear. But as shenanigans be also, what you must hear, and because. Look, we need transparency in the sector, and that's what I expect CSOs to be doing, and not telling us to privatize ECG. They should tell us, okay, in the sector, and ECG story in here, and that's the verifiable story. Near ministry no so ekanye, yedinimi no ekakabo mo a ebi eboebra ana, it's a story that we can work with in for. But to not look into what the problem is and tell us what really the challenges are, and already we are proffering solutions there. Privatization is the way to go. I think that's the beginning of the problem.
Very well.
Now, Ora Muhammad, I concede there are challenges with free SHS. Okay. No, and even the president himself agrees. There are challenges.
Even I agree here.
Everybody agrees because you can't have a policy and an implementation of a policy foolproof. There will always be challenges. But you see, Nientia, people would raise concerns about his sudden fidelity and faith in the policy and his challenges. And they say, when some of us were advocating the need to have free education from nursery till secondary school, some said, the timing was bad. Let's do it progressively. What is here? But by the way, with all the shortcomings of Akufo-Addo, he's shown that this is a policy that really, the timing wasn't bad and an idea that we can implement and so on. And to me, if people are having suspicions about his commitment to fixing the challenges, maybe it is because of Sir. But that doesn't mean the president not challenges were free SHS more. Obeka said because I had the different policy position and I may fix it. So to say I'll fix the problems when I become, or the challenges when I become president, I don't see why this should even cause people to split hairs over. But you see, free SHS were some of the challenges, the implementers themselves don't want to admit. Now Eric Eka about food distribution to the secondary schools. I do not for the life of me understand why I ever centralize. Buffer stock. Buffer stock, the idea of having a buffer is when there is a bumper harvest. You buy the excesses and keep. Nkrumah had a similar idea, and we call them silos. Or two excesses now, not their kugu silos, no. So that when in a particular year, our harvest is poor and prices are beginning to shoot, those ones we kept in the silos, they appear to even the prices. So the idea of a buffer is to even price imbalances. But say there should be distributors of food to secondary schools. I can't be any problems because at SM or word on the street in say among 42 companies awarding contracts to themselves and paying themselves. I don't want to believe the allegations, but they might be true. So if I have a company, na me distribution na me At the end of the day, there is bound to be challenges.
Okay.
And I'm saying the secondary school has the chance. Before buffer stock started doing this, and you know, I do not see what was the problem with that. Because you don't create another alternative, there isn't a problem with the first one. America for say if the M broke,
don't fix it.
That's the thing.
Okay.
So why do we create a centralized body called buffer stock? They may have units in the regions, but it's still centralized. But when we decentralized it, secondary school has there was, you know, they were handling things correctly. So see buffer stock in here, and all of a sudden we are having problems.
I take Mohammed the attend and can into sorry, we'll continue next week. Yes, Deputy General Secretary, 1 minute.
I think
so
when him say in the past, no, these northern scholarships schools now almost supply food. Now it was the same thing. Headmasters are almost, but there were many periods the schools will be asked to go home because there were no feeding grants and all that. Yeah. So the instance of say this buffer stock ban, it is one of the solutions, but the constant or the flow of food to the schools, now it doesn't come frequently, and that is where we have the issues. But we all accept say education is the backbone of every society. Absolutely. And every political party say ibitimi aye ana nema na ibitimi aye na ekoyie no eno na enyina ye hia. But we believe as a party, MPP say, whilst we think that education is the key, we will be ibitimi aye nema ebruso in the education sector, that it will be far better than our brothers in the NDC.
And to be fair to the Minister of Education, he is doing so. Look, I was marveled. I was shocked. Not to be frank, I was shocked. It's like a university.
So I was going to Yaba. If you say 3,000 there,
yes, model schools.
Yes, 10
model schools.
If you are from Wale going to Yagaba, passing between Wale and Yab, Mr. Campus in effect.
Yes, it's like a
university. And it's well equipped to just build the no.
It's E-blocks now.
No,
one friend V blocks. It
can be bigger than Accra Poly.
I'm telling you. And a campus near effect. To be frank, the man is doing very well. And I think his problem is inadequate communication, but he's doing really well.